welcome to Hare the Rabbit podcast. We explore everything that is rabbit. We look at different rabbit breeds, history, superstition, pop culture, news, and more. I would like to thank you for joining me today, your host, Jeff Hittinger. I'm not an expert, I'm just curious about learning more about rabbits, just like you. Halloween and rabbits. Now, with fall approaching us in the northern hemisphere, the leaves are starting to drop off the trees, temperature's starting to cool off, and we're getting into October, and that means Halloween. You hear tales of ghosts, witches, vampires, monsters, and other assorted scary icons, but none is more terrifying than a bunny rabbit. There's the gargoyle rabbit. Now, we covered this in a previous episode, but it's worth a revisit. The terrifying gargoyle is known as the vampire rabbit of Newcastle. He perches above a solicitor's office behind St. Nicholas's Cathedral in Newcastle, England. No one knows why he is there, or what makes him glare with such evil. With its crazed bulging eyes, huge fangs and claws, the vampire rabbit of Newcastle is a mysterious, grotesque, that has been perched above the ornate rear door of the historic cathedral buildings. It faces the rear of St. Nicholas Cathedral for over 100 years, but no one is quite sure why the blood-sucking lepus was created. Erected with the rest of the building in 1901, locals tell the tale of grave robbers who were running rampant in the area until one dark night the fanged beastie rose on the door opposing the graveyard as if to scare off future robbers. Less superstitiously, it has also been theorized that the vampire rabbit is in fact a hare whose ears were mistakenly put on backwards. If this were the case, the bloody little creature could have been installed to reference St. George Hare Phipson, a local doctor, a Freemason, and a friend of the cathedral's architect. Most basically, the rabbit could simply be meant to represent the coming of spring and invoke the same symbolic association that created the Easter Bunny. While the vampire rabbit of Newcastle was originally the same sandy color of the surrounding stonework, in modern times it has been painted a menacing black with droplets of blood staining its teeth and claws. A decade ago, the vampire rabbit enjoyed a brief moment in the limelight when it formed part of a lights festival. During a Winter Glow event in 2006, the carving was illuminated in pink, making it look even more weird and wonderful. And there were projections of the rabbit across the city. But the rabbit, which has had a few licks of paint over the years, including being turned black with its teeth, eyes, and claws picked out in red, still retains its air of mystery. If you would like to email me, reach out at hareoftherabbit@gmail.com, or you can visit the website at hareoftherabbit.com. If you would like to support the podcast and keep the lights on, you can support us whenever you use Amazon through the link at the website on the Support the Podcast page. This will not cost you anything extra, and I cannot see who purchased what. You can also become a Fluffle fan supporter by donating through Patreon. And again, there's a link at the hareoftherabbitpodcast.com.